Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I would like to invite you to take a look around, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. My channel is all about creating beautiful decor on a budget. So in this DIY, we are going to show you how to use these Dollar Tree resin molds without resin. Not necessarily for resin, okay? So we have this one. This one I've already partially opened, and maybe a couple of other molds as well. Okay, the main thing you're going to need to make this work is some water. I have some cups. I have some of these large popsicle sticks. And the next thing that you're going to need is some plaster of Paris. Okay, now I haven't tried these with the alcohol inks yet. If they don't work with the alcohol inks, maybe I can use some acrylic paints. But we're going to give it a try. So this is kind of an experiment. Not only that, I'm going to create a couple of things that I'm going to use in a new DIY that's coming up soon after. Okay, so let's get started. Now, this container of plaster of Paris I found at Michael's, and I think it was around $5. It wasn't that expensive, and I have a scoop that's already in here. Okay, so let's move all this out the way. Get our molds open. Okay, now this particular mold is a coaster mold, and it's very shallow. And this one was only $1.25. I have this one, another coaster mold, $3, okay? And then we have this one, $3. And that's what that looks like. So let's see if we can get these two poured. Now I don't have any precise measurements. I'm just gonna take a couple of scoops of the plaster of Paris and get my popsicle stick ready and pour a little bit of water. And what you're looking for is a little bit thinner than a pancake consistency. You see how that looks? So you know to add a little bit of water and just keep going. And the beauty of this is if you have too much water, just add a little bit more of the plaster of Paris. You want to make sure you get all the lumps and bumps out. Scrape down the sides. Okay, you see that consistency? And once you get to where you want it to be, you have to move really fast. Okay, so that's pretty good. Just go ahead and pour it in. Move it around. Spray it with some alcohol. I have this mold that I picked up from Amazon. It's a large coffee bean mold. So what I'm going to do is pour some into one of these cavities. Make sure it comes all the way up to the top. Now, I'm actually getting ready to start on my coffee bar. I've had quite a few people ask me about a coffee bar, so I think it's time for me to finally get started. So I found these containers at Dollar Tree, and they actually have some with the silver or gold top. I have that too, and I'll show you later. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull this top off. And as you can see, there's a little handle. I'm going to take that and stick that right in the center. So now we have that. We're going to let that dry. Next up, I have this mold. It's also a coffee bean mold from Amazon. So let's put that there. And I'm going to have to mix some more of my plaster of Paris and water. So now we're going to put this right inside here. Again, you want to work really fast because it'll start to set up right away. Take this and tap it down. Alright, so now I'll let that set up. Hey guys, and welcome back. It's been a few days since I started this DIY, and I know that I said that I was going to experiment with some alcohol inks, but unfortunately I received some devastating news and I just lost the inspiration. So now I'm back to unmold everything. Okay, remember this mold? This is the really shallow, thin Dollar Tree mold for $1.25. This is what we have. That's the bottom. Okay, here we have the $3 mold from Dollar Tree. Okay, so this one needs to be cleaned up a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that, but this is what we have. This is what we have with this one. Look at that. Now our large coffee bean mold. Perfect. Okay, and remember I took one of the lids from the Dollar Tree containers and put it inside the bean. Okay, so all I need to do now is clean up around the edge of that. So now you have a new handle. Isn't that cute? We have the long tray. I like how smooth it is. It's really nice. Here I have some Dollar Tree sandpaper, an X-Acto knife. I think I want to go ahead and clean this up. I'm just going to press here around the base and just remove that. Now you can make a handle out of different things. You don't have to necessarily use a coffee bean mold. Now, this piece, we just need to take the sandpaper and go around and clean it up. I'm going to put the coffee pieces aside, the tiny coffee beans, the large coffee bean lid, and this piece. And I'm putting those aside because I'm going to use them in a DIY for my coffee bar, okay? So we're going to leave those out of this DIY. So now I'll go ahead and clean this up. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned up and then come back. All right guys, so I have the 3 pieces that I'm going to work with tonight. Before I do anything, I'm going to clear coat them. All 3 pieces. I found this in Hobby Lobby and it was really inexpensive. I think like $3.99, but so far I like it. So I'm going to coat all 3 pieces on the top and the sides, and not necessarily the bottom, but you can. And then I'm going to spray all 3 pieces with this white gloss spray paint. So I'm going to do that and then come back. So like I said earlier in the video, these molds are not necessarily for resin. Now even though I said that, I still want to use resin with this plaster of Paris. I spray painted it clear first so that it's not porous, and then I put the white on top. Okay, so now I'm going to take some of my white glitter and put it in this little cup, again from Dollar Tree. And I'm going to take some of my UV resin, mix it with a popsicle stick. Then I'm going to take one of these really cheap, inexpensive paintbrushes and paint the resin inside of the coaster. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this under my UV light. Okay, so let's stop it. Now we have this. Can you see the glitter? I have these gorgeous little bees that I found at Amazon. I have yellow and black, then I also have like a pink and gold and white. So I'm going to take some of these. I'm going to take actually 3 of these. Now you can use anything that you want as long as it's not higher than that ridge, okay? And I'm going to take a little bit of my UV resin and put it right around the outside of my bees. So since I have some more of my glitter left over, I'm just going to brush some on top of the other glitter. Now I have some of this really gorgeous rose gold looking glitter. So what I'm going to do is just put some down. Whoops, not that much. And I'm just going to put some inside here. So now I'm just going to put this right back inside and let it go for about a minute. So now I'm just going to go ahead and fill this in with more resin. Normally I would just use regular resin, not UV resin for something like this because it can get a little costly. I'm just using UV resin so we can go fast with this. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here. And I'm going to let this go for 3 minutes. See how it does, and then maybe go an additional 3 minutes. I'll do that and then return and move this. And now we have a gorgeous coaster. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, now to finish this off, I found this gorgeous glitter ribbon at Dollar Tree. And the size of it is almost perfect. So let's go ahead and put some around here. And later I'll put a piece of felt under the bottom to complete it. But yeah, this is what we have. Okay guys, so to decorate the last 2 pieces, I have some silver metallic spray paint. This one is called Seaside, more of a teal. I have my high gloss white, and I have some clear just in case I need to break the colors up. The water that I'm using is warm water. Whenever you're doing this, make sure that you're using a oil-based spray paint. You don't want to use acrylic paint or water-based paints because it will dissolve in the water. I'm going to have to put my mask on because I'm doing this inside. I'm going to put on my air purifier so I have fresh air, I have the window open. And again, I'm going to put on my mask. I'm just going to spray a little bit of each color and then dip my object into the water. And I have a couple of popsicle sticks to help move the color around if I need to. Oh, that turned out really pretty. Look at that. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to do anything else to it, but that turned out perfect. Look at that. Okay guys, so I let this completely dry. I really love the pattern on this. The secret to it is to keep spraying your spray paint until you see a design develop on the surface of the water. And all you do is just dip this down into the water and pick up the design. Here's our coaster. The other pieces that I showed earlier, I'm going to be using them in an upcoming DIY, so please stay tuned. Now, you can cover this with resin, make it really glossy, or you can use, again, the clear acrylic coating. So what I'm going to do is take them both outside and then spray them with this clear acrylic coating, and then come back, and this is how my coaster looks. Here's the back of the coaster. It also has 2 coatings of the clear spray paint. So if that gloss is not high enough for you, I would advise you to use some resin. So I'm going to go ahead and add some UV resin to the top and let you guys see what that looks like. Now I'll smooth it out. And now I'll just hit it with my torch to break any bubbles that's on the top. Okay, so this is what we have. This is only one coating of the resin, and it's super shiny. I actually have a pack of coasters that I picked up from Ross, I believe, and they were like pink and white marble. If I can find them, I'll show you, but there was not a gloss on them, and I still really love the way that they look. So you don't necessarily have to put a glossy shine on yours. Now, if you like to bling this up some more, you can put some bling around the outside. I'll do that off camera and then come back and let you see what it looks like. Now let's move on to the final piece. Same thing with this one. I put 2 coats of the clear on top. I really like the way it looks, but I think I want to add a high gloss to this one too. So I'll do the same thing as before. I'll come back and let you guys see what it looks like. Okay, so I went ahead and put the top coat of resin on top, and I know you can see how super shiny it is now. Isn't that gorgeous? I didn't put any resin on the side, so I'm just going to take 2 rolls of my mirror towel and put it on the side. Okay guys, so the camera died, which was to be expected. But yeah, here's the mirror towel on the side. Again, look at that really shiny finish. Here's the bottom. Now, you don't have to add feet if you don't want to. You can add felt on the bottom and leave it flat. You can use those little rubber bumps to put on here. But I want to dress mine up a little bit more, so I have the option to use 4 of these acrylic diamonds from Dollar Tree. I could do that, and that would be a look. But I want mine to stand a little taller. So I have my glue gun ready, and I have these tiny little crystal knobs that I'm going to glue onto the base. Yeah, I really like the look of the crystal knobs. It makes it more elegant and glam. So I'm going to put this on display and show you a couple of ways to use it. And here's my final DIY. It's a tray. It's a whatever tray. Whatever fits, you can put it on there. Here I'm just showing you how to display it with 3 candle holders from Dollar Tree. Again, I would like to apologize for the blurry clips. I know a lot of you are aware that I did lose my brother a week ago today, so I'm not 100% yet. Thank you all for all your prayers and condolences. My family really appreciates each and every one of you. I'll be back soon with another DIY, so please thumbs it up. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. It's absolutely free, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.